In a world drowning in waste, envision an oasis where excess becomes efficiency. A place where businesses no longer grapple with surplus but transform it into opportunity. Where consumers don't just buy, but buy better. Enter the future with Rocking Deals Circular Economy Limited.
This is the only business that we feel that can be replicated anywhere in the world. Any country, any brand, any company would have excess stock. They would have customer returns. They would have unbox, which might be a box damaged product. And we do not see any business as good and as scalable as this, because anything and everything is an asset for us to be resold to somebody who requires that.
Rocking Deals Circular Economy Limited is at the forefront of redefining excess inventory management. Serving both businesses and consumers, they pave the way to not just sustainability, but smart, conscientious living. They stand firm in their commitment to the circular economy, ensuring that products enjoy extended lifespans and reduce the burden of the planet. Choosing Rocking Deals Circular Economy Limited is as choosing efficiency. For businesses, it's about smart economics, saving on storage, transportation, and disposal. For consumers, it's about smart choices, getting quality products at lower prices. But beyond the economics, it's about smart living, conscious consumption, and making choices that champion the planet. Rocking Deals Circular Economy Limited stands on the cusp of an exhilarating expansion. Our mission is clear and our path illuminated.
We started this journey in 2015 when circular economy refurbished was totally a taboo in the country. As of right now, we do all the different categories. Our dependability in 2015 on mobile phones was about 100%. Now our dependability on mobile phones is less than 1%. The reason we've been moving and we've been trying different categories and we've been doing this business is why we've been successful. I see circular economy being one of the biggest businesses in the coming time, which is going to be more than $1 trillion. Why I say that is because we're actually bridging the gap between customers who don't need something to customers who need that particular item or a product. We're selling millions and millions of units till date.
अभी हम लोग लगभग 70 ऑर्डर्स मंथली लेकर के आते हैं, जिनका एवरेज ऑर्डर साइज 2.5 लाख होता है। हमारी टीम जो टोटल लीड्स जनरेट करती है, उसका 7% लीड्स हम लोग क्लोज कर पाते हैं, जो कि मार्केट के स्टैंडर्ड से 4 गुना बेहतर है।
So welcome to the universe of excess inventory, circular economy, e-commerce. Let's go green.
We are calling on visionaries, trailblazers, and those who see a future where consumption is both mindful and meaningful. Together, let's not just envision, but create a world that thrives in a cycle of renewal.
Welcome friends, my name is Avinash and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Face-to-Face Corporate Series. Friends, in this corporate series, we try to introduce to you emerging corporates from emerging sectors, and we try to describe their businesses and make an effort to interact with the promoters of these companies. And friends, today we have got a very interesting company from a very interesting business segment. And the company's name is Rocking Deals Circular Economy Limited. And we have the privilege and the pleasure of having the promoter and managing director, Mr. Aman Preet. Amanji, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time with us today. I'm pretty sure that our small interaction will give us a very good view about the company, which can help our investors to understand your company's operations much better.
It's a pleasure to be here, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
So, Amanji, first question, which is very elementary. If you could tell us, in a very simple way, what is the business model of our company, and how did this business journey start for you as an entrepreneur? And most importantly, just to add to this, what is the positioning of rocking deals in the domestic market as far as this business is concerned? So, if you could add some color and start.
So, circular economy is a concept which is widely accepted globally now. It's a concept which is being used by all the major countries in the world. What is circular economy? Anything that is being sold in a linear line. Generally, when a manufacturer manufactures something, he sells it to a brand and then it goes to a customer or a dealer and then to a customer. There are a lot of products which maybe 5%, 10% don't really reach the customer on the way, the boxes are damaged, or it reaches the customer, the customer doesn't like the product, like we have those policies of customer returns globally. At the same time, we also have products which are over manufactured, which is excess inventory. Now, overall, if you look at it, there are a lot of inventories that is not in the linear line. So that's called circular economy, things which are not being sold to the end customers for various reasons. Excess inventory, maybe the box is little damaged, maybe the product was not liked by the customer, maybe the product, when it reached, the customer did not want it, and while it was coming back, the box got a little damaged. So all of those things together, I mean, we call that more of a circular economy. Also, products that are being used by customers, which they would like to trade in or they would like to upgrade. Those inventories also come in circular economy because they come back and their lives are, we bring in more life to that product. We add more life to that product so that it can be sold to somebody else and can be used by somebody else who really requires it. Uh, Apart from that, we were the first. We started this category in India a long time ago, where we had rights for many brands. Uh, when we actually started this, people did not really understand this concept. So we started selling to the end customers, telling them the condition of the product, telling them how it was. Uh, any first agreements with major companies in the country were all with us. Um, both the e-com side to the trade-in side to selling on the platform side, all of those were with us. So we've learned a lot over the years, and we understand that this business now. This is the right time to invest in this business. This is the right time to expand, and this is the right time to take it to a different level.
Okay, I think Amanji rightly, very clearly mentioned by you. Now, tell me, Amanji, what are the types of products which the company deals in? If you could give us some idea about what are the various products, whether it is LEDs or whether it is durables or whether it is small appliances. If you could tell us broadly what are the key products the company deals in, and which are the vendors apart from Amazon, Flipkart. I mean, if you could share some names, that would help us understand your company better.
So, like our name is Rocking Deals. It means that any deal which is rocking is what we do, right? Now, the way I have been doing this business, 2015, our dependability on mobile phones was 100%. Our dependability on e-com platforms to sell those products was about 100%. Now, we realize that gradually we need to be very smart and we need to understand what is that the customer requires and what is that that's going to stay for a long time. Bottom line is very, very important. We need to make profits. Need to make sure that the expenses are met. We've been profitable from day one. The categories that we deal in are majorly small home appliances, fashion, which includes apparel, shoes, large appliances. We do speakers, we do IT, laptops, we do it all. But we do products which add value and bring value to the customer. It is not something that we are not trying to compete with any big players or any retail channels or any brand. What we bring to the customers is an excess inventory product, which is there, or a certified refurbished product, which is there. Um, with a great value, with full warranties, full value to the the customer should be happy, the brand should be happy, and we should be happy. So we do all the categories under the sun. Actually, we also do furniture, we also do toys, we do it all. So it's excess inventories in every other different category.
Amanji, now tell me one thing. Is our business largely a B2B business or a B2C business? And typically, if you were to tell me since you started in 2015, what could be the kind of active customer base we currently have? Because, the opportunity for scale up is definitely quite huge. So if you could, put little inputs on these points and, tell us.
We're a B2B company, and we have more than 2,000 odd vendors who buy from us, um, pan India. At the same time, we are expanding in a bigger way. More and more brands are coming in, more and more tie-ups are happening, and that's what we are.
Okay. And in terms of product differentiation, like you all have been in the in the reused or maybe the the excess inventory kind of products which you say the circular economy. What are the key competitive variables to remain very strong in this business? Like obviously, Rocking Deals is doing a great job. You all have understood this business very well. But in your own perspective as a promoter, what are the key things you enjoy as a company which probably your competitors don't enjoy, and customers love buying products from you? So typically, if you could tell us some qualitative modes which the company enjoys, which possibly as a promoter you think are very unique to your company.
Number one, I would say we are the oldest brand in the country which is doing this. There's no other brand which is doing this, so we're the first and the only brand which is which has sold millions of units to many different customers and vendors since we've started doing this business. Uh, that's a win-win for us because that really gives us a lot of trust from our partners. Number two, we have very good brand associations because brands, uh, we believe that whatever has been committed to a brand has to happen. So there are a lot of brands which do not want us to sell their products online. So we do not do that. There are a lot of brands who do not want us to, um, you know, um, sell their products with warranty. So we tell the customers there's no warranty from the brand. There are many products who do not want us to sell that in wholesale to their vendors. So we make sure that that doesn't really happen as well. So that brand uh, tie up or that brand trust is very, very important that we have with many major brands of the country. Because we've never, we've always kept our word and we've always built our relationships with them. And number three, the most crucial that I would say is the expertise and the manpower, because us being the oldest and the first players in this industry, even the first employee who's working for us is still working for us. So the kind of experience and expertise and manpower of, if you talk about the hour of um, the experience hours that our company holds, I don't think all the companies together which are there in the country together would have that kind of experience that we hold.
I think very well articulated, Amanji. Now tell me, Amanji, in a very simple way, since I am new to the business, what is the opportunity for a company like Rocking Deals over the next, say, 3 to 4 years? How big is this opportunity? Because obviously we are small now, but the opportunity is quite huge. So, in your perspective, any kind of market study which has been done either by you or by some, association to tell us exactly in value terms, कितना बड़ा market हो सकता है अगले 3-4 साल में?
Sir, it's $1 trillion business. Let me give you a small thought that you could all, think about. Anything and everything that has been manufactured in the last 2 years, 3 years, has not been sold or has been sold as an asset for me in all the categories. So all we have to do is certify that and sell it to somebody who requires it.
Okay, fine.
So now anything, maybe there is an Apple Watch sitting in New Delhi,
Okay.
but it can be used in West Bengal. Some village in West Bengal might require, if not an Apple Watch, maybe a small iPhone 4S or iPhone 5S. It's just an example. a small TV which nobody would use in Delhi, but would be used somewhere in a village. So
Okay.
that bridge of you know taking something from a person who doesn't require it to a person who requires it, it's $1 trillion business. And the best part about our business is that you can replicate this anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
All you have to do is it's replicable easily in any part of the world. So it's $1 trillion business. This is the future. This is the business. This is the uh, next 10 years is this business globally.
So I think very well told by you. Amanji, now every business has got some level of competition. So obviously, we also work in a sector. So obviously, there might be some competition. Talking about the landscape in which we operate. I mean, are there many competitors in this business, both from the organized sector, unorganized sector? If you could give us, some kind of idea about this, like, is the business very competitive, or are there selected players only in this industry which operate in this vertical as of now?
There is no organized player in this sector, not at all. Nobody is organized
Okay.
who does all the categories. If there is somebody who might be doing just maybe a laptop,
Okay.
or even if they're doing a laptop, they might just be selling it offline, or maybe if they're just doing laptops, they might be selling only online.
Okay.
So the we have made ourselves so solid that we have so many opportunities and so many categories and so many ways to sell our product that it's a foolproof. I mean, there's no dead end that we see. The competition that we see is all people who are doing, practices where they're selling refurbished as new. We see a lot of videos across where people are trying to say, look, this product is for this price, we're selling it for this. But all of that is all unethical, no brand, one retail shop sitting somewhere in one village or some small town, tier two, tier three town. We don't see them as competition. And anybody who's actually doing something in some scale, they're only limited to one category, and there are a lot of limitations to that category as well. So I would not say there's much that we don't see much competition anywhere,
Okay. Now,
because to build up a brand takes a lot of time, and
yeah,
the
exactly.
product that we do need a lot of word of mouth. You need a lot of trust. You need a lot of people to back you.
Exactly.
It takes years and years to do this.
Exactly.
So we've taken many years to learn, to understand, to do what we are doing.
So understood. I think Amanji, very well told by you again. Amanji, now if you could share with us the broad financial year FY23 financials, and the second question, which is very important for all our investors, is that if you could share some data points on your forthcoming IPO, which you are hitting the capital market. Something about the capital market, I mean, issue in terms of what is the size of the issue you all are looking out, and what is the broad objective. So if you can cover both these points for us.
So, yeah, FY23, we did a top line of 15 crores, where we had a PAT of 1.4 crores. In Q1, we've done already 9.6 crores, 9.58 to be precise, with a PAT of 1.25 crores in this year. We're looking to raise 25 crores overall, and most of the money that we're raising is for to buy product, to get into agreements with brands, so that we can control that and we can start selling it to our partners across the country.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you want to
But
buy fresh inventory, I mean, from manufacturers. That's the main objective of the IPO, right?
that's the major. Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, coming to the,
That's also liquid.
now coming to the working capital side of the business, Amanji, if you could tell me broadly, what's the kind of working capital cycle in our business, right from the time you take the inventory from the manufacturer, you sell it to the final B2B customer. What is the normal working capital cycle in our kind of business?
Right now, we're working on a 120 days cycle, but in the coming time, it'll come down to about 90 to 100 days,
Okay.
uh, for sure. Yes.
And typically, now since post-COVID normalcy has come in, we are, obviously seeing very strong macro kind of growth numbers in terms of GST. Consumption across categories is also going. Now, your sense is over the next say 2 to 3 years, could we see, broadly about 20% top line growth comfortably for a company like ours, because our base is itself very small. So typically, without giving numbers, Amanji, typically if you could give us your thought process, like what's the broad outlook for our company in the next say 2 to 3 years, because opportunity तो बहुत बड़ी है, लेकिन 15 crore का, can we expect that this business can become a 100 crore business in the next 3 years, at least, on the basis of pure demand which is there lying in the market?
Next 3 years will be 10 times.
Okay, okay.
Easy.
Great. I think this is really, amazing.
We have some we already have some contracts in hand, so
Okay.
we will keep you posted for that, sir.
Okay. And typically, let me also ask you a simple question, that as volumes increase, जितना ज़्यादा माल आप बेचते हो, उससे आपका margin बढ़ता है? I mean, do margins improve in tandem with the volumes you sell?
200%, that's there. But at the same time, the best part about our business is just not buying and selling. We're more of a grading company as well. So the real money is not in buying and selling. वो तो कोई भी कर सकता है.
हाँ.
हमारा value add क्या हुआ फिर? There's no value add, right?
Right.
Our main core business is to grade the product. So let's say we buy, I would say, home appliances from some brand. Now, when we get those inventories, maybe there'll be 100,000 odd, maybe 1 lakh piece hoga. Out of that 1 lakh odd pieces, maybe 20,000 units are going to look like brand new, right? 40,000 would look like okay, a little damaged, and then 40,000 are going to be in a bad shape. So our job is to make sure that the bad shape becomes good and the good becomes very good.
Okay.
And then we command and we take more money. We make more money. So the discounts we offer to our partners then for the good product is going to be maybe 50%.
Okay. Okay.
The like new is going to be like 40 off. Good is going to be 60 off.
Yeah.
And sofa is going to be 70 off.
Okay.
So that's the way we play, and that's where the money is. And this is what our expertise is.
Okay.
Pricing, grading, refurbishing, all of that.
Okay, understood.
This is
I
what
think
we've learned over the years.
I think Amanji, very nicely mentioned by you. I think one could get a sense of how the business is positioned. Now, tell me one thing I forgot to ask you on the marketing side. Do we have a marketing network, or do we rely more on our first touch point with our existing B2B customers? They get us more touch points to get in touch with the final customer. And do we use the internet? Because internet has become a big source of opportunity to tap new customers. So is Rocking Deals also looking at bagging a lot of customers via the internet opportunity, or is it going to be more of the hardcore marketing approach?
Internet is going to play a core role in the coming time.
Okay.
And it has been playing a good amount of role for us.
Okay.
Of course, social media is very important. Marketing is very important. That's the reason why we've kept some share of the money that we're going to raise for the marketing purposes.
Okay.
To showcase our inventory and tell people what we are and what we're doing.
Okay, fine. Now, Amanji, one question, from the investor's perspective again, like, a lot of new investors are going to become your growth partners in your future growth journey. So, as a promoter, you have done a great job by setting up this business, scaling up to this level. Now, as a promoter, what could be your message to them in terms of wealth creation? Expectations to काफी बड़ी है, लेकिन in your perspective, what would you like to convey to them, that, how would Rocking Deals generate a lot of wealth for them? And obviously they should invest in your company. So if you could give us a small, message from your side.
So globally, the trend of, or the business of circular economy is one of the biggest businesses. And any top brand that we talk about is talking about upgrading, buying back, circular economy, giving the deals to their customers, because the brands make a lot of money here as well. Because what brands are doing is they are getting their end customers to be retained in their system. So let's say a brand which is selling jeans would give an offer to their existing customers that bring in your old jeans, will give you 30-40% on the brand new jeans.
Exactly.
So this way they are, first of all, retaining their customer. That customer is not going to any other brand to buy jeans. Number two, the product that is coming back, they're selling it to somebody else.
Exactly.
Number three, globally, it's about 7,000 liters of water per jeans that is made. So
Okay.
they're saving the globe from that as well.
Okay.
So globally, this whole business model, this business uh, is doing phenomenal. It's beautiful. It's doing very well.
Okay.
India, us being the only brand, the first brand, the hard work that we've done, that we are doing, all of that in India, this is the time to get into it. And we guarantee that this business is really going to do very, very well with the understanding as to the whole world now is going green and the whole world wants to, they're happy to save money after COVID and after a lot of those, uh, you know, issues that people are seeing, the recessions and everything. People want to get branded products at great prices and they want to save their money, and every penny saved is maybe 10 times that you make. So overall, as a concept, it's a win-win for not just the customer from the band, for us, for everyone, even for the governments, even for the globe, and even for our investors.
So fine.
So there's growth everywhere.
I think very nicely articulated. Uh, Last question, Amanji, is now, every business has got a certain element of risk. So in our business, according to you as a entrepreneur, what is the single most risk, which is the biggest risk for our company? Like, typically COVID was of course an abnormal event, but otherwise in the normal course of the business, what is the single most risk factor which is important for you? And in the last so many years, how have you all mitigated this risk and still managed to grow? So if you could touch upon this and, tell us.
So there are risks everywhere in every business. But the way we have, like I said, in 2015, my total dependence was mobile phones and e-com.
Okay.
We mitigated that risk. We got into other different categories. We got into B2B. We got into different ways to sell. A lot of, so the whole mitigation of that risk and understanding that risk at the right time is what I would say a good entrepreneur or a good company would do. So as of right now, I don't see any risk in the game, in this business, in this uh, business globally, because it's a win-win for everyone. But control and understanding and foreseeing the future, you can always mitigate the risk. And we're all working towards that, Tony. And that's the reason why we are always trying to get into categories and trying to get into deals which make money for the company, for the employees, for the shareholders, for the whole management.
I think nicely articulated again, Amanji. In fact, it was great speaking to you, Amanji. Thank you very much. And my best wishes to you, your entire management team, and best wishes for your forthcoming IPO also. Thank you very much.
Pleasure's all mine, sir. Thank you so much for your time.